Hi, my name is Marcy, and this is my What Speaks to Me Family Theory midterm. The family theory that I chose to use is the social conflict theory. Um, and I picked this because I felt that it spoke to me when I was reading the chapter. I thought that there was a lot of things that I see within families, and I thought I had a lot to learn from it. It was something that I thought was maybe assumed that we would understand what conflict was, and um, but yet I thought I would learn a lot from it, and that was exactly what happened. What I would consider conflict, and then the conflict theory and why conflict really happens was definitely a good learning experience for me to learn and understand families. So that was why I picked the one I did. Um, this family theory shows conflict between people when they compete for resources. They may fight over having power or over physical resources, and so much more. And it also states in the text that I read that it's an unexplainable phenomenon that people will have conflict, that inevitably people will have conflict. Um, Also in the book, it referenced 6 different themes that I found very important and of value in the chapter. The first one was conflict and human nature, meaning that it's just human nature that men and women will have conflict. Um, and that comes back to the part of the definition from the book about the phenomenon that we will have conflict. The second theme was competition and scarce resources, meaning competition starts when people have limited resources. I thought back to hunting and gathering with families and just simply as the limited resource of food and not having that. The third theme was the Marxarian theme of conflict, which is about the workers and those who own the mean of production, such as factories. And so we have the capitalists who own the means of production, and then we have the workers, and they know they need the workers to be there. And the workers, when they do see their value and how much they're needed, that can create a power struggle between both. And sometimes you'll see the power go back and forth between the workers and the people who own the means for the production. The fourth theme was Freud's psychoanalytic theory and conflict, which is very similar and has similar characteristics with the Marx theory, but this deals a lot more with the psyche. The fifth theme was the importance of power, meaning who has the power and how it relates to social order with the social conflict. And that ties back into, like I said, the power struggle going back and forth. And the sixth theme is conflict as an integrative social force. So, like I said, those were 6 themes that I found value with reading the chapter. Another thing that I found of great value within the social conflict was how it affects the families, how it affects marriage and affects children. You know, when you're in a marriage, you have the stress of being a good spouse. When you're in a marriage and you have children, you have the stress of being a good spouse and being a good mother, father. Also, the children having the stress of being a good child and doing the role that you're playing a part with that. So, all these different roles within the family can create conflict when you have that stressor on making sure that you're doing and playing your role as desired by the others. I also have my collage here pulled up on the screen. And some of the ones I just wanted to point out on it were number 2. Video there was great and how it showed capitalism and how the system works with the workers and production owners. It did a good job of drawing it and adding to it as it went along. If you're a visual learner, it did a good job with that. And that model made it understandable for the theory. Also, 3 and 14 were a video from a popular movie and a popular candy of the gummy bears that you can see there sitting in the chair. And those two examples show the conflict theory in a way that people can relate with. Sometimes just reading a text, if you come across a lot of words you may not understand and you don't have the visual to go with it, this took the context from it and inserted it in between clips, and it did a good job of making the conflict theory easy to understand. I liked that I was reading the chapter first, then went on to make this collage, and then added to it as I went on. I had such a better grasp of this theory the more I added to my collage. My variety of what I understood with it was much better. Then there was a couple pictures that I put on here, and pictures, they say, are worth 1,000 words, but number 8 and 5 here were good pictures of one that had a very simple image to it versus the other one, which had a lot more going on, but both did a good job of giving a quick reference to someone understanding the theory. And of course, there were several other good articles, and I tried to find ones that had a variety of different things and not the same articles doing the same thing. Having one with examples and having one with using it within different things within the family. One was about divorce and things like that. It was just, I tried to find a good variety to broaden the term even more within my collage. But overall, I really, really love this platform blend space. I have lots of ideas and ways how I would use this as a student and an educator. But within conflict theory and how much I've learned about this, like I said at the beginning, this was something that I thought was, I would assume what I was know everything about the theory just based off the title and knowing what conflict means. But there's so much more to this and understanding, and it gave me a greater appreciation for conflicts that happen within theories as an educator, as a family member myself, and as a researcher, and how I could expand off of these ideas of what it's being researched within conflict theory. Thank you.